Hi everybody, Sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Listen, you guys, you must never say ukuthi ene on YouTube. As YouTubers, siyayithanda indaba. You know, we do not like izindaba. We do not like gossip. But what happens sometimes is that you are minding your own business. And a story comes after you. It looks for you and it finds you. And once it finds you, you can't do anything but come here and do a video. You know what I mean? So today, I was sitting here working because I'm from home. I'm trying to be serious here, doing the other job that pays me a little bit better. Yeah, when I'm ongikhokhela kangconywana. So today ngenza lowo msebenzi lowo because I have to survive. So I was sitting here busy doing that other job that pays me a little bit better. And then it just came. And I was like, hi, my viewers have to know what's happening because it's possible they haven't seen it. Anyway, guys, welcome to my channel. And on this channel, siyafunde iy'ncwadi ey'bhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese sizala sizokhuluma ngazo lezo y'ncwadi senzela laba phela abasuke bengenaso isikhathi sokuthi bayifunda iy'ncwadi nalaba abanqinana nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sizokhuluma ngawo nama-shows, senza ama-reviews or ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lawo ama-shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe uqala ukujoyina namhlanje and you really like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese press the notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Kanti uma ufuna ukuba a-member, don't forget to press the join button bese ulandela ama-instructions on how to become a member. So like I said, you guys, this story just found me. Listen, yabona Cape Town, I've been looking and thinking ukuthi yazi sisazobona lana ukuthi kahle kahle obani abafake-ayo ukuba rich. Partly, you guys, I do understand why people would fake being rich to get onto the Real Housewives, honestly, because I think when they are casting for the show, they are usually looking for rich women. So they're probably not going to pay attention to you if you are not rich or if you are not pretending to be rich. But I think once you get onto the show, you can find a way to present your real self and present your real situation. And actually, I do think that you could have a better chance of being liked by the viewers because if you present your real true self when it comes to your financial situation, a lot of us abondando who are broke just like you will be able to relate to you and you might even become our favorites. So partly I do understand it, but partly I always feel like it works against you sometimes because the people are always gonna find the truth. So let's talk about Rooksie. Rooksie Real Housewives of Cape Town. Remember, we've only seen Rooksie like once at her house on the first episode when her sisters were there and they were talking about her son coming back from Osutwini, and that's all. Then after that, we haven't seen her house. And even then, you guys, they didn't really show her whole house. We didn't see the outside of the house, and even inside we just saw the area where they were sitting phela. So asazi kahle kahle ukuthi ibukeka kanjani, but something has come out here ukuthi engathi ukweleta umastande. Umastande Rooksie. Okay, this is a show. This is an article written for the Daily Sun by Khumuto Madupe. Again, you guys, if you are not somebody that likes it when I go through newspaper articles, this is not a video for you. You can go watch other videos on the channel. It's written by Khumuto Madupe, and it says, "Khuthazwa Rooksie." Irana, I know it's pronounced that wrong, has been accused of cheating her former landlord out of a rent. The Real Housewives of Cape Town TV personality is accused of owing Dr. Rithabile Phosa Mahura of over 150,000 after allegedly failing to pay her rent for 8 months. I was like, okay, my calculator must be out. Because I was like, She owes 150,000 rent. How much was she supposed to pay per month? And again, mina being umuntu accounting, I had to do that calculation. And she was paying like just a little bit over 18,000. We're supposed to be paying a little bit over 18,750 a month in rent. And they say that she's owing this doctor. Ritabile says that she owes that money because she has stayed in this place and didn't pay any rent. Ritabile said Rooksie rented her home in Feb 2020. She was supposed to pay a deposit, but she said she was waiting for money, so they allowed her to stay. So I'm wondering if this 150,000 maybe includes deposits, maybe 1 month out of all of the months we calculated. Maybe it's a deposit. I do not know. And it says the Retabila said after a month the money didn't come through. She and her husband spoke to Rooksie, but she allegedly kept telling them stories and bribing them with clothes from her online boutique. At least she offered them clothes. Why am I laughing? Aga's laughing. At least she was offering them clothes. At least we know what's the online shop it exists. Well, I must actually check it out. It exists because now she was offering them clothes. By the time we decided to evict her, we were on in lockdown, and the Lord didn't allow us to do so. Said Tabile, we begged her to pay the rent, but she wouldn't. She said the lockdown hurt her business. And as we all know, during COVID, they did say that we are not allowed to evict people from our places because it was COVID. Funny enough, you guys, because ama locals and ama tenants were still paying rent every month. You were getting evicted in Lokshini. Uma ngabe kukuthi bewungayikhokheli rent. We actually have tenants too, and all of them paid every single month in 2020. So, hey, abantu rich, they can take advantage sometimes. And then Nuritabile says Rooksie wasn't paying for water and the municipality wanted to disconnect the services. She said she told Rooksie she was selling the house hoping it would make her want to leave, but that didn't work. She ended up moving after the water was disconnected. Obviously, guys, when the water is disconnected, you don't really have a choice. How are you going to stay at a place where there is no water? It was as if she was trying to sabotage me. That is such a bad thing to do, you guys, because at least pay for water and electricity then, so that this person that is helping you with a place to stay doesn't get the services disconnected because she is helping you with a place to stay. I think that was not a good thing to do if she actually did that. Okay, and then she goes on to say, um, she said they couldn't find her until they saw her on TV claiming to have millions, which obviously they started seeing her on Real Housewives of Devon claiming to be rich because we all think that all of them are rich. She owes us 158,000. She only paid rent for the first 2 months. I now have to pay 2,500 of the water bill every month that she never paid, she said. All we got from her were lies after lies, she said. Speaking to Daily Sun, Rooksie said she Rooksie said just because God has elevated her, Retabile thought she could ruin her name. God has she can't pay the rent, guys, because when God has elevated you, you can't be going back to pay your debts. You can't do that. She says, I have nothing to say and I won't even involve the lawyers. I wish, guys, I could get elevated so much so that I don't have to pay this Woolworths account debt. I wish I was so elevated that I don't have to pay this Woolworths account, that I have to pay, I don't have to pay this MTN, I wish I was so elevated, but God has not elevated me that much. I still have to pay the school fees. I still have to buy the food, the things that us people who are not elevated have to do. Listen, you guys. Do I believe this story? I am tempted to believe this story honestly because it would be hard for somebody to just come up with this story out of nowhere. And honestly, I feel like she could have avoided this whole thing coming out if she just, even if let's say that she really was struggling at the time because of COVID or whatever, and she didn't have money to pay the rent. But when she got her check from Real Housewives, her first check, she should have just paid that woman, because there is no way that you're going to owe somebody 150 something thousand and they see you on TV pretending to be rich and they're not going to go to the newspapers. So I feel like she could have avoided this by just paying this woman, because you can see they stopped shooting the show a while ago. So I would think that maybe they've already been paid some money. I feel like she should have at least paid this woman before they even saw her on TV. You know what I mean? And it would have avoided this whole thing. But you guys owe Ulachonto an apology. You guys owe an apology, because she's not the only one renting places here. But at least that she pays rent. You see, people are renting places. I wonder, you guys, but this it sounds like it was back in 2020. And I think that they were busy shooting this show beginning of this year, which is 2022. So I don't think that this is the place that we saw on Real Housewives where they showed that first episode. I don't think that it is. Our timelines, our AD, but again, we never know. Anyway, you guys, that's a story for today. Asazi ku-Rooksie ngempela nani nomzwa-contacta yena ama-lawyer, but she is elevated like she says, but she doesn't need. Rooksie, if you owe this man, just go pay the woman. I mean, really now. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it and share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.